Okay, y'all, so we just pulled up to the first one, two. Y'all know we do these two. Not gonna be not a whole lot of footage today. Me and Cam, we got to get to it. Yeah. And y'all know we're running with the X Model Laser Z X. Damn, dog. X series. See, on this one right here, there's a lot more mowing than detail, so they're paying me extra to edge that sidewalk up there. So that'll be enough. I'm getting enough extra right there to cover the fuel for the day. We got about 14 properties, and I'm not driving 10 miles. So that's where you want to be, man. But I got to get going on it. Okay, y'all, so on this property right here is a pretty good bit of mowing, but not a lot of detail. So what I normally do over here after a guy gets accustomed to being out here is when we pull up, I have him cut a certain piece of the backyard, right? And then he puts the mower back on the trailer, and then he does his regular weed eating and blowing. What this does, y'all, is it makes it where there's nobody's waiting on anybody. Because if I cut everything and he weed eats, right, then the timing doesn't work out the same because there's more mowing than weed eating. So, and if you say, well, Ray, well, let him weed eat first and then he can jump on the mower. Well, by the time you get to that point, I done got to the point of where it ain't hardly worthy of pulling the mower off. So I do it like this, and it makes it where guys don't have a chance to stand around the truck waiting. So it's just about being more efficient with your time. But you got to learn these things as you're out here, you know, in the mix, and learn, you know, the guys that work for me have to learn the properties before I do that. This is about the 5th time we've been over here for him, so this is the first time I'm breaking it up for him, and he thinks that everything that we're doing, he's reached the pinnacle, but really I've been dumbing everything down, because he's new, right? And not saying he's dumb or nothing, but I'm just saying that you want to learn the properties, and then you want to strategize of different ways to do the properties. So so he just got done cutting his piece. He's going to load the mower back up on the trailer and grab his weed eater and get going. So yeah. So you see, just by him cutting that little, spending about 8 or 9 minutes cutting that, makes it where the job comes out perfect every time. Okay, y'all, so the mower just started making a bunch of noise, man. I think I got a sweet gum ball or something. You got to be identifying. That's why I don't wear headphones out here. There's definitely something going on here, so and if you don't pay attention to that, then you keep going like that, you're going to break the belt. I try to get y'all's footage, man, but sometimes it's a pain in the butt, man. And so what I do, y'all, sweet gum balls tend to get, damn, with a lot of grass, get hung right here in the only on the spindle pulleys. So I don't know which one it's on right now, and sometimes you got to turn the belt a little bit to identify it. See, I believe it's on this one right here. Can't see it. Maybe you can see it now. See it right there? So I need to pull the belt. See, there it is. Yep. And that'll put you down. That'll break a belt. Well, Ray, you need to damn wash blow that deck off. Yeah, I do, man. You're right. I don't know, man. I keep forgetting. So I did 2 bushes over here in I did them in probably 20 minutes for both of them. $120 for 2 bushes, y'all. It don't get no better than that. 120. It took me it took me 20 minutes. Okay, y'all, 2:15, man, and we're done. We did everything on the list. Well, I need to fix that. Boy, they got some rain. Oh my gosh, y'all. Yeah, I don't know how we missed the rain, but we did. We got everything done. It poured down raining here, but we did these first. So, yeah, man, I love cutting it and then it raining right behind that. Make the grass just grow right back. But we got done. My guy Cam, Cam does really good when it's just me and him, what he's used to, you know. So, yeah, I still, you know, still misses a few things here and there, but nothing, you know, nothing hardcore major or nothing. It's all, you know, it's all just minor stuff that he'll pick up on. But usually I can tell him once or twice, and then he remembers it the next time. Because usually I'll let him make the mistake. I'll see the mistake coming, and then I'll let him make that mistake, and it usually ends up costing him, you know, a trip back to the truck, or a trip back to wherever he was working at to weed eat again. So you got to let them kind of, you know, learn at their own pace, so to speak. But nothing major. He's been doing really good. And I don't have much of a video today. How what we do today? 13. Ain't bad. And I ain't drove the truck 10 miles, y'all. 15 miles at the most. Not left my city. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, what? 6 of them are right next door to each other. Well, there's 2, 2, and 2, you know. Make sure efficiency really good, man. And everybody paying, and I did some extra stuff too. Probably right at $1,000. So on the extra stuff, I made, let's see, 120 on for doing 2 bushes. And then 60 more dollars for taking out a few saplings up against that other house. So $180 in extra work, and then another, you know, 120 or so in spraying. So the extra work paid for all the expenses for today. Fuel, labor, everything, even my lunch. So, well, you can't ask for nothing more than that, man. You know? But Cam did a lot better today than he did yesterday. Of course, today is, like I said, back to, you know, just mowing lawns. Not as hot. And he's been to all these properties a couple times. So that's really, you know, the good thing about having the same guys there. That's why me and Zach were able to do so good. Even though Zach had a lot of off the field issues, we were able to do so good because he had been to the property so much, you know. But Cam's not nothing like Zach. Cam is more strategic with his money. He's not near the, Cam just is a lot more disciplined with his money, and he's 15 years younger than Zach. He does really good holding his money, and that says a lot about a young man, for real. But guy did good today, man. He bounced back from yesterday. He didn't do bad yesterday. He just didn't. It was just a lot of different stuff getting thrown at him, and I could see his brain was spinning. And there was a lot of different stuff going on yesterday. You know, having that third guy out here, the second truck, he's never been out here with all that. He really didn't know exactly what to do. You know, a lot of times the younger generation, they get a bad rep, and it appears, and sometimes it's true, it appears that they might be, you know, lazy or whatever. But a lot of times it ain't that they're lazy, they don't know what to do. And that, you know, you could just pull up just a little bit, I don't know. And when Cam don't know what to do, he just goes through the truck. And that is where we're at right now. And I told him today, you know, I said, okay, so you've been out here, blah, 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 and now it's time to turn it up a notch if you want to start making more money. The little things, you know, making sure that, one thing that came up today is the little mower. He's using a little mower on the last property, and the bag was stuffed. And I'm you know, I'm on my big mower. I notice everything. One thing about me is I don't miss a whole lot. Especially when I got new guys out here that I haven't really let loose. So he was in the back using a commercial 30 to push the backyard, had the bagger on. And I'm not noticing any clippings coming out where the bag meets the back of the mower, you know, like air coming through there. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, something ain't right. And I told him when we got there, hey man, don't put that bagger back on the trailer with that mower until you dump the bag. He's like, okay. So we got out there and I noticed that, and I'm like, dude, stop. So there was no air coming through there. It wasn't bagging nothing. It was just, it was, well, it had already closed off the chute and everything, you know, that brings the grass clippings through the bag. All that was clogged up from where, you know, wet grass sat in there and it blocked up on them. And so when I saw there wasn't no air coming through, I jumped off the big mower and I walked in the backyard and I'm like, hey man, take that bag off. He's like, he's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he took it off and it was, I mean, it was slap full. And then the chute going from the, you know, the mower to the bag, the little tunnel there, it was caked in. No air still coming through even after the bag was off. So I knocked all that out and there was another half a bag of debris up in that chute. Just little stuff like that. I said, so now you know, you got to keep that bag empty. Don't put that bag on the trailer with it full, because it might sit for a week. And I don't like stuff sitting in those bags, not wet grass sitting in those bags. And that's not something that, you know, a lot of guys might say, well, Ray, you need to do that. No, that's what I hire guys for. So I don't have to think about all that little stuff. They're little stuff, and they can become big stuff. But if you have to go buy another bag, then you're probably talking about $100. Or especially if you have to buy the wire holder and all. And that's the kind of thing that so he's, you know, he's elevating his game a little bit. But with every elevation comes a little more, well, he didn't know. You can't just throw it all on these young guys in one whop. You can't, because it'll overwhelm them. And then they won't want to come to work. And so, and I've learned that just because, I don't know, man, there's a lot more to remember than what the average Joe thinks. The average Joe don't you know, they don't think about those little things, you know. Another thing, I said, okay, so another thing I'm going to want you to do is let me know when we're running low on 2-cycle gas, because we ran out of 2-cycle gas today. Now, we didn't ever run out of it in the equipment, but there was none in the can. And that can, you know, hold you up. And, well, you need to check all that. Well, why? Well, if I got to check on everything, then why I'm hiring somebody? I'm hiring somebody for more than just to do the labor, though. That's a start. But, you know, so more to come, you know, and we're getting done. He's getting better. The best thing about him is he's not getting an attitude. Of course, it ain't got stupid hot yet either. And today it's 80 degrees. That's not hot to me. It's us down here where we live. 92, 93, and the blaring sun. You can't expect these guys to, I don't know, learn everything in 2 weeks. But he's done been to the properties quite a few times now. But another day, another dollar, nothing broke, everybody paid, and yeah, man, right around 1,000. Yeah, I mean, for real. And you know what makes it even better, y'all? Y'all gonna think I'm a petty. What makes it better is that when you get done working, right, and then you get a bunch of rain. This kind of weather that we're having right now, especially after last week's rain, and then, you know, a couple of hot days, and now bam, under some more rain, but we got all our work done. If you can get all your work done and get rain all on the same day, you're gold, man. You can't lose. You can't. But me and Sweet Pea, we're gonna watch something on TV, man. I'm probably gonna jump in the pool, man, just kind of wash off a little bit. Yeah, man. Good day, good vibes, and yeah. You guys take care of yourself, man. This is Ray. I'll kick it.